So this week we're in the hills of Morelos. Our friends that live out there invited us out, and one of the trips that we took was a little family-owned hacienda that makes mezcal. Now, this was way up in the hills, and it was quite a drive getting there, but it was beautiful, and they showed us how they make the mezcal all the way from the plant to the bottle. It was so interesting to see that whole process. It was pretty amazing. Check it out.
No mames, güey, nos van a violar acá, güey.
Si no salimos temprano, sí, güey.
Me van a quedar.
Wow. Does he just stand here all day opening
Yeah.
the door?
Voy con don Genaro, hijo. También el carro blanco viene conmigo.
Oh shit, this is the private
No andes con mamá.
to the private entrance to this mezcal place that they're gonna process all the mezcal here in this jungle hilltop.
Después de 10 años, creo.
After 10 years, they cut these agaves to make that mezcal, which is the cousin
Luego cuando
of
venimos,
the
no hay una
tequila.
gota en el ajito. Mira, esta está adentro, ¿ya viste?
This water hole is where people get their drinking water from for the town. Look at that. That's how they carry. How heavy are those gallons? Those poor mules. Holy man. And people are.
Ya las piñas.
This is their.
Son las piñas para el mezcal, ya.
Not drinking water, but this is for everything else. They have to rope it up. Oh man. Now,
Guajolotes.
I bet you would appreciate a good shower. Look at the turkeys on the road. Man, this is awesome.
Alguien lo va pisando, va pisando hasta que ya pues te bajas y solito comienza a subir, a subir, a subir. Y queda una especie de nata arriba.
Entonces es lo mismo del proceso de los uvas por
sí.
vino, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y ya de ahí se saca el jugo.
No, de aquí ya esperamos como unos 6-7 días. Hasta que viene ahora sí que el maestro mezcalero a darle el curso.
¿Qué es tu papá?
No, mi hermano mayor.
Tu hermano, sí, his brother, sí. Maestro.
Sí,
maestro.
Mi hermano.
Porque
él viene, les da culto. Y ya ahora sí, lo echamos aquí. Con todo el gabazo molido. Pero se llama gabazo.
All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So as I just got the whole scoop of this whole process of this mezcal. Okay, so check this out. From the start of an agave, it takes about 5 years for full grown. Those are about 3 years old, and those are about 2 years old. So in 5 years, they're gonna pluck them out, cut them up, and bury them over there like they do a pig. And there's about 5.5 to 6 tons of those balls in there cooking. So there's about 80 of those balls per ton. So multiply that by 6. That's 480 of those agave balls that took 5 years to grow. So they're cooking for 4 to 5 days. And then you come over here and here they are cooked. Right? So 480 balls later, boom, cooked. And then they are thrown in here and they're chopped up by an axe, like this one. They chop them up. And through this machine, they feed them, and they are spit in there. And they turn into wood chips, those balls. So then they sit here in these containers for another 4 or 5 days. And after 4 or 5 days, they compress this stuff, and then they start bringing out what looks like wood chips. They bring it out, and once it gets to like down here, it's nothing but juice, right? And just like the grapes for wine, they add some water to that, and they start stomping on what's left of these wood chips or agave balls to get squished up and get all that juice out. So after that's done, they throw the juice into here and they cook it for 3 to 4 hours. And you look at this freaking stove, if you will. So then they cover it up with this thing, and then here comes the tube, which is this, just like your moonshine tube. Put onto here. They add more water to this, so the vapor and it simmers with that agave juice, and through that tube, that vapor turns into water, into liquid, into this big old thing, and that vapor that turns into liquid in here is your mezcal. And that whole process of plucking it, cooking it, storing it, chopping it into these barrels, foot stomping it into the juice cooker and vaporized, it takes a whole month. 30 days of this whole process. After 5 years of growing this thing. So man, and to get a liter, well, 750 milligrams bottles, they sell it for 200 pesos a bottle here up in the mountain hills of Morelos. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's a process in the years of making. I mean, you just gotta think about this, how these agaves in the mountain hills, they're separated year by year, and they just gotta keep growing them and hope it rains and cultivating them, right? Because they gotta continue this process and people make a living out of this. Incredible. I didn't know the process of any of this. So excellent. See, here's all the agave balls after you chop up all the thorn leaves. So they just gave me a piece of this to chew, and it's like,
It's really good.
yeah,
I never thought to eat that, but it's good. Not eat it. I want it.
that's like a sugar cane, but fermented pre-alcohol.
Pre-alcohol.
It tastes like a damn good simmered piece of steak or something. I don't know, but you don't eat it. You just chew and suck the juice out of it. Wow.
Marinated in pineapple.
I've never thought I'd taste processed mezcal. Wow. Good. Wow. This is an experience for sure. Let me just explain to you. This is just an average bottle that they threw some mezcal that was processed a month ago. Anyhow, the way you can tell it's good mezcal because you know there's levels of it, and it all depends how long it was fermented and everything else, right? When you serve it, obviously it's gonna, you know, bounce around. If you see these little bubbles, that's the key that it's good mezcal, like top of the line. If they pour it on you, on your cup at a bar or whatever, and it looks like water and no bubbles happened, you're getting not your money's worth. Let's put it that way. Okay? Duly noted. So guys, at the end of the day, this is what the bottle looks like, already bottled up and ready to go at the stores. So anywhere in Mexico, if you're around any liquor store and you see 975, that's the brand of all this mezcal that I just told you about. And this is the people here. From start to finish, this is the bottle. So if you ever see it anywhere in the store, you know where it came from. Straight from the source, here it is, and it just doesn't last on the shelves, man. They're one of the top sellers. So grab yourself one, and let me tell you, they call mezcal the dirty cousin of the tequila, right? So this is them right here. So help yourself and support a local farm family here that grows and distributes this whole thing from the farmland to the bottle. So guys, again, these are the men behind all that work we saw. Don Genaro, which is the father, and Carlos, the young son, 20 plus years, and he's the next generation of this fabulous industry to this bottle. So these are the men behind those bottles that I'm telling you about. Thank you guys. Please support them if you see the bottle. Thank you.